You know, I swore to myself that I would stay away from the MCU, but they just had to drop something in our laps that sort of made me change my mind. They gotta convince me. Hello there, welcome back to Bits and Scripts, where media literacy is still alive and well, and I've been trying to resist as much as I can to watch the Captain America Brave New World trailer. And it's not because it looks bad, it's just because I've had a very bumpy relationship with the MCU lately. There was a point where I was just getting tired of all the forced humor in the MCU. Like, it seemed every movie after Guardians 1 was just humor. The MCU just became dependent on humor. It's like Marvel Studios thought to themselves, oh, well, the audience likes the humor in our films because it just makes them feel more lighthearted than the DC movies. So let's just keep doing that to stay ahead of DC. Because for us MCU fans that have followed it since Iron Man 1, there were two kind of superhero films that people could watch back in those days. One, the lighthearted Marvel movies, or two, the grittier, darker DC comic movies. You know, because Zack Snyder thought darker meant more realistic. But I digress. The point is that Marvel always made the better movies. But as time went on, there was a problem that arose and kept persisting. MCU films started to feel more like comedy movies than superhero. That's not to say that humor doesn't belong in superhero movies. It's just that the MCU kind of overstayed their welcome when it came to the jokes. And the dependence that Marvel developed with humor, the less exciting these films got. So for me personally, I stopped watching the MCU films after a while. I still watch some of the Marvel shows on Disney Plus, but they still suffered from the same problem, the humor. But anywho, I've been paying attention to social media as I usually do, and a lot of people are raving that the trailer for Captain America Brave New World looks really good. So I'm gonna give it a watch for myself, and I hope that this is what redeems Marvel in my eyes. So let's see what we got here. Now I'm gonna be honest, I don't have high expectations for this trailer at all, despite what people are saying about it, but I'm giving it a chance.
Wilson. Thanks for coming in.
Well, thank you for the invite, sir. I have to admit, I'm still getting used to the new look.
They said lose the mustache or lose the election.
Han
You
Solo's
and
running for president?
I haven't always agreed in the past, but I want to make another run at making Captain America an official military position.
And if we disagree on how to manage this situation, then what happens?
Giancarlo Espinosa? What role is he playing? He looks like he could be a bounty hunter of some kind, but I don't remember many characters that were a bounty hunter. I gotta look up the
Then what happens?
cast later.
Work with me, Sam. We'll show the world a better way forward.
Oh shit! They shot Han Solo.
Sir, your inner circle's been compromised. Either you can't see that, or you don't want to.
Did he get hurt or
It's a
not?
trap.
Global power is shifting. You're just a pawn.
You may be Captain America, but you're not Steve Rogers.
Damn right he's not. Sam Wilson.
You're right. I'm not.
Is that the new Falcon? Oh shit! Red Hulk! Okay. Yeah. It's alright. It's a teaser trailer, but it's alright. I didn't see any warning signs of humor. However, they just may have the humor later on or somewhere in the movie. Which, again, I'm not opposed to humor, but as long as it's not too much, as long as it doesn't, like, overwhelm the tone of the film. Like this.
I want to make another
This
run
is like a
at making
political
Captain America an
espionage kind
official
of Captain
military
America movie. So, I mean, I would assume that they try to keep the tone serious. Also, just for a second, there was a lot of people complaining about Sam Wilson's suit changing from Falcon and Winter Soldier. If I'm not mistaken, that's the same costume from Falcon and Winter Soldier. And then you see the new suit somewhere. Yeah, there's the new suit. So at some point he gets a new suit, but he's still going to have the old suit in the beginning. Maybe his old suit gets fucked up by Red Hulk, who knows? I mean, we're talking about a Hulk that can deal fire damage here. And speaking of Red Hulk, you know, one of the things is, why did they choose Harrison Ford? It looks like he's staring at my soul. Why did they choose Harrison Ford to play Ross / Red Hulk? I mean, it's not that I think that he would be a bad choice. However, for one, he doesn't look like the old actor. They don't look enough alike. However, you know, this is like years later after the blip, so who knows if Ross actually got blipped or if he stayed around. But no, Harrison Ford doesn't look like him. It's like the other day, my friend and I were having a talk about Harrison Ford being Ross / Red Hulk. He saw the trailer before I did. I told him that I didn't really want to watch the trailer. But, yeah, he was saying the same thing I am. Well, in fact, I got my opinion from his, because I agree. Like, why are they choosing Harrison Ford? Because Harrison Ford kind of hates nerdy shit. I mean, he doesn't really care much about Star Wars lore, a universe he's involved with, and he wanted to die for the longest time in the Star Wars universe. So it kind of implies that he doesn't like nerdy franchises. But then again, this is Disney, and they probably went to his door with a big paycheck, so he's like, okay. And a rumor I heard is that the main villain, is going to be the leader, not Red Hulk. And I don't know how I would feel about it if that was true. Because it's not like the leader hasn't fucked with other Hulks before. But like his main target is the Hulk, is Bruce Banner. And we haven't really seen the leader since the first Hulk, the Incredible Hulk movie. But he wasn't really the leader yet. We just saw his brain kind of growing because of Banner's blood. But we haven't seen Bruce Banner Hulk go against the leader. So it wouldn't feel right to see him go against Red Hulk, or Red Hulk and him go against Sam, because again, the leader is mostly the Hulk's, Bruce Banner's villain. So if we're gonna bring in the leader at any point, hopefully we get a Hulk show or a Hulk film to where we see the leader, and that can be his introduction to the MCU, because it would feel really weird if he stepped into this Captain America movie. So now I'm on IMDb. I'm trying to look at who Giancarlo's going to play. And he doesn't have a role under his name. Like, that's weird. Like, mostly everybody does except Kobe Lopez, but if Giancarlo doesn't have a role in the IMDb page, that role must be top secret, which means he's going to play an important villain, and he's going to be recurring. And I guess it does look like this motherfucker is going to be in the movie. Yeah, Tim Blake played Samuel Stearns in the Incredible Hulk movie, and now it looks like he's going to be back for this one. Now, I don't know how much of the Incredible Hulk movie they keep as canon to the MCU. Maybe it's the whole thing Like, somebody tell me if I'm wrong that not the whole thing is canon. But hopefully they try to do a redo of the leader's origins. So hopefully that's why Tim Blake Nelson is there. My thoughts on the trailer, as I said, it's a teaser trailer, so we don't get too much in this. Usually the MCU has a habit of revealing too much of the story in the main trailers. But just from the teaser alone, I do think it's possible the Brave New World is going to be the MCU's redemption story. Because I can assure you that there are more people like me that think that there's just way too much humor in the MCU. It's starting to ruin it. And it's just starting to ruin the whole experience of it being a superhero universe. The only two letdowns for me, as far as this teaser trailer goes, is that again, Stern is going to be in the movie, which means he's probably going to be the leader if they don't redo his origin. Well, even if they redo the origin, he's still going to be the leader. He's still going to be there, and it's still not going to be Bruce Banner fighting him. Like, I know I sound like a tight ass when I say that, but if he's Bruce Banner's main villain in the comics, he should at least face him once in the MCU before the leader tries to take on any other characters. But regardless, this trailer is making me see somewhat of a sliver of hope that I'll fall in love with the universe again. As long as this movie isn't dependent on having humor every 5 minutes, then I think that this film could really hit it out of the ballpark. On the surface level, it seems like Marvel Studios has realized that with this film, they really need to bring old fans back. And it looks like they're learning the lesson that they don't have to make fans laugh every few minutes to keep them engaged. So it just seems like this film is their promise that they're going to at least keep the films serious but still lighthearted at the same time. I think they're going to keep the Disney Plus shows the same as far as the humor goes, which is fine for television shows because they don't have to be as serious as the movies. They don't input as much as the films do. Yeah, so hopefully Marvel's learning their lesson that humor belongs in certain places. And with this film, it definitely doesn't have too much wiggle room. Again, a laugh here and there is fine, but this does not seem like the kind of movie that should have a lot of laughs in it. But again, the trailer does look good. This movie looks very promising, and I just actually might go see it. But what are your thoughts on the trailer for Captain America Brave New World? Let me know in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe, and also visit me on social media on Instagram, on Threads, on TikTok, and on X. I mean, if you're brave enough to tread X after what it's become. Yeah, follow me on those socials, drop that like, hit that subscribe button, and until next time, good night everybody.